Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are doing our Q&A session. Thank you to everyone who sent their questions in. I am just going to wait for a few people to join us here live. So as you join, take a few nice deep breaths, get yourself anchored in. I'm going to take a drink of water. Hi, Michelle. I have your question here. Thank you for submitting it. If you haven't submitted your questions, don't worry. I am going to be doing another Q&A session before the group closes. I have sessions scheduled in for the rest of the week. Hi, Barbara in Canada. Hello, hello, hello. Tell us where you are in the world, guys. Who is live today? I'm back. So I have your live questions. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We're just going to take a moment to roll our shoulders back, open up our heart, and take a nice deep breath into our belly. And with a sigh, opening ourselves to receiving the information, the guidance, any of the insights that we need to hear for ourselves today. And I have my headphones on. It's not as windy. Alexandra is in Spain. Maggie's in Northern Ireland. June's from Perth. Scotland, in Galway. We have people all over the world. Manchester. I know that Barbara's in. Hey, Joanna. Hello. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Maggie. So many amazing faces. Alberta, Canada. We have a few people in Alberta. Amazing. Nice. Hi, Mary. Hi, I'm Mary. Two Marys. Mary in Cork. Mary in Wicklow. Sorry. So today's our Q&A session. Thank you, everyone. We're seeing everyone join right now. Susan's in Westmeath in Ireland. Laura's in Aberdeen, Scotland. Fiona's in West Yorkshire. Sarah's in Dublin. Wow, amazing, amazing. Isn't technology amazing? And here I am in Greece and Sari's in Finland. Wow. So we are going to dive in on our Q&A session today. I've had some questions sent in to me. Thank you for submitting your questions. And I also am excited because we are planning some really fun things for the next couple of days. So you'll see that the header is going to change every day from tomorrow, and there'll be a sequence of different events and different lives. So there'll be myself, there's going to be an astro session with Rachel. So Rachel's going to do an astrology session. Rachel's part of my PowerHouse team, and she does a monthly astrology session in our group. So we're going to have her do that. We're going to do some behind the scenes as well. So I'm very excited. And I also have 3 sessions planned. A magic money session, and we also are going to have a visioning session and a amplify your business with Feng Shui. So we have some really good things planned. They will all be revealed though. Now, let's get to the questions. So the very first question that I have submitted to me today for this Q&A session is from Amanda. And Amanda's question was, our bathtub drain is broken. We used to have a toe touch stopper, but the metal piece that it threads to inside broke. We can't fix it without replacing the whole shower, which is not an option. Is it okay to cover it with a hairnet top? So Amanda, yeah, like once it's covered, that's fine. Just get like a normal stopper, like that would work. Amanda asks, my prosperity area is in my son's bedroom. So is there something else I can use? So I don't know if it's somewhere else, but okay. So when we find our prosperity area, hi Sue, hi Julia, hi Daniela, hi Carol, more people all joining. So my prosperity area is my son's bedroom. First of all, there can be a little bit of a word. People can kind of panic about when they discover where their prosperity area is. And one of the big things is not to panic, and to realize that actually there's two aspects going on. First of all, there's the surface where you're like, oh my God, it's all messy or whatever. But then there's also the underlying energy as well. And that's what we're going to talk about in the video tomorrow. And you'll learn more about the specific energies that are going on and how it's different. So we have the surface, the visible, which we talked about today in Masterclass 3. That like obviously organizing, decluttering, clearing, but on the 4th video you'll learn more about the specific energies. Okay, so that's one thing. So don't worry that it's your son's bedroom, or we're going to go through some ideas here, but you would still be able to. So okay, there's a few things going on. First suggestion is, number 1, don't panic. don't overthink it, okay? Number one. Number two, I would say to you, can you bring in a bowl with the overflowing coins and just ask him to place it in there. That's all. Obviously, it's, you know, if you can clear out clutter or whatever, that will be amazing. But it's not going to, just because it's messy, doesn't mean that it's going to be like sabotaging your feng shui forever. That's one thing to just be notice. And also, when we talk about clutter, for me, like life stuff, you know, so people sometimes say to me, oh, my house is really, you know, it's like the kids have their toys thrown around the place and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's called life. Like, that's called life. You know, we still have to live in our homes. Our homes are not meant to be the perfect magazine perfection. So that isn't going to literally be affecting your feng shui. So just so you know, that is going to help, I think, for everybody. And be like, oh, phew. So like the clothes you have hanging on the chair that you wore yesterday is totally fine. It's not detrimental to your feng shui. So there is another option regarding the feng shui with the prosperity. So for example, you could find the southeast area of your living room and put the elements there. Now that is just really for the place where if you can't access that space. So if you can't do anything with your sons, you can still just intentional. So we're only really working with the intentional. We're not working with the deeper levels, like the root causes of the issues with the prosperity, and that's what I talk about in the fourth video. So just to know that this is only a tip of the iceberg of the work that you can actually do when it comes to working with the feng shui. Okay, so just do what you can, and you can find the prosperity area of your sitting room if you wanted, and put that energy there. Now, this is not for everyone to be like, oh my God, I'm going to put the prosperity of every single room. So it's not about, it's more about like you could, you know, so some people are like, oh, do I have to find the prosperity room of every bedroom room? No. On the grander scale, we just use the prosperity area of the house. Like that's it. But if you were kind of like stuck with using that area, like that you couldn't get into that area, you could use just your living room just as an intentional. Because this is really just in what we're working is on the intentional layer. Okay. So that's Amanda. Okay, I'm not sure who submitted this, and I'm going to just say to Jeanette and to Coy that I will answer this. It's not as irrelevant a question for this type of call. So for this call, so I will answer it and send it back. So Coy, someone had submitted their information privately, and this one, it just isn't one that I can kind of answer on this session, basically. So Kim, Patricia, is it bad feng shui to have fake flowers in the home? Yes. So why would we think about that? Why do we think that it could be bad feng shui to have your fake flowers in the house? Well, the main thing is fake flowers just kind of go in a corner and they just stay there. They don't move, they don't breathe, and essentially one of the key parts of feng shui is about energy moving. So fake flowers just sit there, they accumulate dust, and they make the energy stagnate. So we don't want that, and that's not what we're looking for. So fresh flowers, amazing. Plants, fine, totally fine. But dead, like not live plants, and then especially like dead ones that are dried out, like there's no vital energy source in those, so we don't recommend them. Now, I'm not the feng shui police. I'm not going to come and take all your silk flowers out and throw them out. I'm not going to do it. But this is just for you, and maybe just tune in to see, like, if you had those flowers in your prosperity area, do they make a difference? You know, if they take, you know, just feel into it. You know, but for me, I don't have any fake flowers in my house. And you won't find them in my house. Okay, that's it. Okay, Michelle Wiseman-Brunner. I was wondering if the prosperity area of part of your home is the southeastern corner or exactly the southeast wall. I hope that makes sense. So, Michelle, as part of our journey when we work with people in our PowerHouse program, we mark up everything for them. We mark up their plans. We tell them exactly where it is, the exact like lines of where it is, and that is very important when we're doing the deeper layer with the feng shui. But for this exercise is just to get you tuning in to the different area, to tune into an area of your home that represents prosperity, finding it, having a look, standing it, look, see if there's anything broken in it. Is there things working? Can you add in your check to the universe? universe that you already got. Like, so just thinking from that perspective, okay, is good. So, and that's where it is. So it's not, if it's not the corner, if the southeast isn't pointing towards a corner of your house, it is going to be directly where that is, and that's the southeast area, okay? So that's where it is. Wherever that arrow is pointing is literally going to be along that area. So it wouldn't be the full wall, it would be just kind of that area there, and it would depend, and we would look at people's plans and mark it out and let them know exactly. And that is a much more, because obviously floor plans all differ, so it's totally beyond the scope of what I could do in this free training series. So I hope that makes sense for you. Marie Alex. So, yes, so Patricia, should I choose the colour of my front door according to its position on the compass? Okay, so again, this is something that is also part that we work with when we give people their personal report for Feng Shui, because every house is unique, and this is going to get me into one other question that I saw, but I don't know if it's been popped into the questions here, and they're being added like crazy here. So one more question's coming up here. Thank you for posting. So front door colours, you know, you may have heard red is a good colour for Feng Shui, or doors, or blue, or whatever. Okay, red is not good for every house. There are some houses that red is amazing for, and there are some houses that actually red would deplete the energy of the house, and that is specific to the house. So, Marie, what I would say to you in this case, first of all, if I have all of your information and I've created your report, the very first thing that we'll say is this is the ideal colours for your front door. Now, again, when it comes to that, these are the ideal colours. If you are deciding to change your colour, your house front door, or you're deciding to change the colour, these are the ones you should go with. But I'm not the police. The other part of that is also, you know, if I don't have that information, you know, I always say to people who on this kind of free trainings is just an opportunity to, you know, tune into one that feels really good for you, because you want it to spark joy for you. Like, you really do want that energy to feel good, and hopefully that it matches and is a good colour. And, you know, I really want to do something where I can do a kind of like a calculator that you put in some information and give it to, but I haven't built that one yet. There's so many things I want to do with the Feng Shui. Katinka, hello Katinka. From lecture 1 regarding the front door, do I have to use it? Do I have to open it and use it to bring in the good energy, or is it enough if my daughter uses it and I use the garage door? Yeah, so you don't have to use it just to bring the energy in. So hi Pia, hi Anne, thanks for joining. Hi Debbie. Katinka, you don't have to use it yourself. Yeah, so that's actually important. You don't have to use it yourself. You can, as long as it's being used. I think this is the most important thing, is that it's just not being just ignored, because that will like dry up the energy and it will become stale and stagnant. So you want to make sure it's being used, which is perfect. And if your daughter is using it, that's great. That's perfect. So Neve's question. Okay, so this is really long. I might come back. Actually, there was something I want to talk about before I get onto that question, because it was a question that was posted about, I've heard that the Feng Shui is the northwest area, but like you're saying something different. So there are 2 different schools of Feng Shui. The first school of Feng Shui is the original form which we practice, which is classical flying stars. And as I spoke to you, and you've heard me say probably 50 times in the last week, Feng Shui is acupuncture for your home. So it is basically it's customized. So if you went to the acupuncturist and there was 10 clients she had 10 clients in front of her, she would treat every single client differently, even if they had kind of, and actually I've talked to acupuncturists about this. I have a acupuncturist in our program. I'm sure we actually have a few acupuncturists, but one of them specifically, Amanda was just like, you know, if someone presented with one thing and someone else she may actually give them something different based on what's going on with their pulses, what's going on with their tongue and their eyes. So it's not the same thing for everyone. And that's what I have, that's the practice that I've always used. Now there are practices that have been brought from the west from the east to the west, and that for me, you know, as one of our teachers says, fast food Feng Shui. So like how we can't compare a practice that is based on the generic, and that is based on your house, this door over this corner, that like, try it. I obviously am, but what I have found, and I have one really good example. So we had a client, Magdalena she's I think she worked 5 years in working with her in her home. But when she joined, she had been doing the Western style for many, many years. And when she first said, she was just like, actually my what you call it area is my money area is missing. And I did her report. I'm like, no, your prosperity area is there. It's fine. And I'm like, it's actually your family area that is not there. And she was like, oh, what? And the week that she bought that house, she had a huge falling out with her family who are in a different country. And once we started working together and I gave her the proper way of like working with her plan to fill that area, not like build it, but just to work energetically with calling in this family area, her dad rang after speaking for 5 years since they'd got that house. So I can't make this stuff up. I was like, this is it. So that's the difference between it. She'd been working with this other practice. She'd confused, but then now she's called in a baby. She's got like amazing new clients and obviously back in connection with her family. Magic. So that's where there's different schools of Feng Shui. For me, it is like every house is unique. We treat every house differently and we work with them specifically. So that, the other school is very generic. And to be honest, at times when I hear things that it recommends, I'm just like, oh God, because that could be really detrimental to your home and to everything. So let me see. Am I grateful? Okay, so Neve, let me see. She's lots of questions, but I don't know where to start. I put my intention into the course for me, my career, but I really need the support in a few things relating to abundance. So they're selling their house, and her penthouse, and her husband is near the end of a court case. They're hoping to get a high settlement. These things would allow her to give up her career and look after her kids. I'm really looking to put remedies into my abundance area, but also my health area, as we have some health issues there. So can I look at the abundance area while also using the specific area for health, or if possible, career endings? I want to put these intentions into abundance area to combine their power. I'm finding it so difficult to leave my job. I really need to be at home with my kids. So you know what, Neve? Just focus on the one thing. Like this right now, the process that we are moving through is just looking at the prosperity area. And tomorrow you're going to get an idea in the video of like how it all comes together and how when like the reason I have a PowerHouse program is literally because every aspect of the life is covered. We work at all the different areas. And in the third video, I talked about those different areas, but we don't have the capacity to go through it here and with it right now. So we just focused on one. But so for this exercise right now, I would just focus on the prosperity area and allow that to settle. And then you can look at the other ones as after that, so you're really just going to anchor that one in. She said everything is happening all together. It's a great time for doing this masterclass. Really grateful. Is PowerHouse branding following the Feng Shui? Or is it the Feng Shui Mastery course? So the PowerHouse program is the the newly upgraded version of Feng Shui Mastery. So essentially, we have changed the program and we're upgrading it and rebranding and doing amazing things with it. So that's a whole new program. So anyone who is part of our Feng Shui Mastery program will be moving over to our PowerHouse, and we will be just going under PowerHouse from now on. So it feels really good. So just so people are like, oh, but I thought your program was called Feng Shui Mastery. It's like formally known as Feng Shui Mastery. So thanks for asking. Well spotted, Neve. And we'd love to have you on board. Now, June. I don't use my front door. I always use the side. I always the side back door. If I open the front door, I get out a step for a minute and step back. Does that count as using the front door? If you open, June, just use it is going to be good. So that will be really good. You can use your front door. Use it as much as you can. Even if just open it once a day. Open it to bring the energy in. I had a call with one of my clients today, and we were doing the walkthrough of her house, and she had the front door open, and I was like, great, like amazing. She was bringing in the energy. So next question, Monica. I have a question about the southeast area of my house. It's down one side of the house, upstairs and downstairs. Do I pick a central point in each floor and place the bunny bowl and money plant there? Yes, so this, Monica, I actually kind of answered that. I hope I answered it clearly. I think it was someone else's around like where it is. So if the southeast is pointing in a certain direction, like that's where that area is, kind of go to that certain area. It's not going to be either end of it. It's going to be like that certain area. And as I said, we mark that and give everyone very clear instructions with that in the Powerhouse. So Antonella, hi Patricia, I know dried plants are not good to have in the house. What about handmade flowers from different types of paper? It's like everybody wants the flowers today. Look, as I said, I'm not the Feng Shui police. It would be good for you to clear, like to, even just shake her, make sure they're, if you desperately want to keep them, open the front door and say, hello, Chi, I love that, Barbara. Like, so if you desperately want to keep them, like just make sure they're dusted and moved and they're not getting stagnant or left there for like a few years, Kim, what are the best things to put in the prosperity area and the best coins held in a ceramic bowl or metal? Best coins, are the coins best held in a ceramic bowl or a metal bowl? Doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter what kind of bowl it is. And honestly, one of the things is to really be mindful. And have seen people post pictures of prosperity area, and I'm like, make sure the bowl is overflowing. Like the overflowing is important. Like it's this anchoring of overflowing abundance. So it's not like just at the top, just enough. Like no one wants to live with just enough. We want to live with excess and more, and like this infinite flow of supply. So the overflowing that's going to be the magic part. So I would say that. And what are the best things? So if you watched Masterclass 3, I walked through all the different things with plants and coins, and there's no specific types of coins, like you can use whatever feels good. But yeah, go through Masterclass 3 and I walked through everything that's good to put into that area. And just if you haven't watched all of the masterclasses yet, they will be up until, what day is today? Until Saturday, Sunday. So we're on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So they'll be up until, I think, Sunday. So if you haven't watched them, make sure you check them all. And the fourth one tomorrow really brings it all together and kind of this understanding of like how it all works. So check that out. Now, so Melina said, over the summer I live in my summer house and I just realized my prosperity area here is missing. So questions. This is not my main house. Okay, so first of all, you may have heard me just touched on the yay, Kim, so there's a fourth one tomorrow. So you may have heard me touch on missing areas with Magdalena, and that is really beyond the scope of this kind of session, because really when I do that, I'm like looking at floor plans, marking them out, giving exact Melena, it may look like it's missing, but it may not be. It could be extensions. There's lots of different variations. But what I would say, she has noticed something. So this is not my main house. I live here about 3 months every year. Should I worry that the prosperity is missing? I do notice that each summer when I'm here, my finances tend to get worse and worse. What's to be done of the prosperity area of an apartment is missing? So that's just kind of beyond the scope of this session and what I can share with you. So what I would say is basically to you is just, this is an awareness thing. So obviously check out our fourth video and go through and just maybe not all of the prosperity areas missing, and then obviously knowing that you have your own house. So there are options, but it's beyond the scope of how I could explain the fix for that one today. I mean, it's different for every apartment and house. It could be just different variations of it. So Anne, if I have a 2-story house, do I put the wealth bowl upstairs and downstairs? So yeah, if you have a 2-story house, you can do Feng Shui on both. You can put the prosperity area on prosperity coin in both upstairs and downstairs. But just to like, you don't have to. So in Powerhouse, we give specific remedies for both levels. But for this intentional one, you can just choose one place that you'd like it to be your more prosperous point, if that makes sense, and that you want to kind of create your little wealth area. If you want to do upstairs, you can. This is very intentional that we're working on. We're working on the kind of the surface layer and not the root stuff. So, you've got the options that there's there. Okay. Okay, Carol. Okay, so Carol, the southeast corner of the house or the southeast corner of the room? So yeah, I talked about this earlier, Carol, like the southeast corner of, it's the southeast area of the house. So it may not necessarily be a corner. Um, um, on the ground floor corner of the house is perfect. Level 1 is bedrooms, but it's someone else's bedroom. Can I go to the corner of our room? You can, Carol, you could do the corner of your room. That's fine. Same for level 2, my office. Do I need to write 3 checks for each corner? No. 1 check is enough. Like, again, this is just the intentional. It's very similar to the question from Anne. It's just the intentional level, so just 1 will be enough. What type of feng shui does Patricia follow? Classical flying stars. Sue, once check date has been passed, should we do another one? Yes, and just know that, like, when we activate and work with the energy of the feng shui, like I shared yesterday how this actually happened to me with a check, and the check had passed the date, and I went and looked at it, and I was like, on the date that I'd written it for, the money landed in my account. I was like, oh my god, that's crazy. Oh, it's like, and it was like a lot of money. It was amazing. So, and just magical. But anyways, so yeah, you can write a check after that as well, like if you want. And you know, for me, there's a part of this as well, is like I had no attachment. I writ that and then I let it go. I wasn't sitting there going, where's the money? It didn't come. And I had written them before. So, and they didn't come. So it's like really just tapping in and realizing that when we work with the energy of our house, it can really accelerate things. It's amazing. Can you look for prosperity for a member of your family? So, Joanna, when we're working with the feng shui, like everyone in the house, or everyone who lives in the space benefits, basically. So it's like the ripple effect is the big thing. So tomorrow you're going to hear about how, how Talmar's husband got a load of new contracts when she started working on the career area. She ended up getting a branding, so crazy. She came looking for visibility in her business and ended up winning a competition to have her entire business rebranded on TV. Like, it was nuts. And her son won a $70,000 scholarship. So that was within like literally 24 hours of us working in on her career area. So it's not just about like, it's everybody will benefit from the prosperity when we start working with it. That's really, and it's this ripple effect. Like, we've had so many clients whose like children have got amazing grades and got the courses that they want, or got the university they wanted, or like Susie Cabral like came to us in the group and she was just like, my son has got all these different options, like how do we make sure that he gets the ones that he wants? And then she's like, he got accepted to them all. So did Sherry's sons. Like, it was just like amazing. And then you have the other flip side of like the husbands who are like getting the jobs or the pay rises, or like Kim Jones last shared, Kim Martin, who was just like, oh my god, like I got a pay. Like, she's like, my husband is like near retirement age and he's just after getting like the best job of his life. And you know, this is the magic. Like, and she's moved to Spain because her vision is to end up living in Spain. Lucy is the best. I got offered a job interview within 20 minutes of starting to work on my career guide, and had job 24 hours later, having not had a sniff for months. Yes, Lucy, that's such a good one. 20 minutes. Like, this stuff is magic. Anyways, Joanna. So Barbara, my prosperity area is my living room upstairs, and downstairs below is my business office. I was thinking of moving my office to the southwest corner. Is this a good idea? So it doesn't actually matter where you, like in terms of your office setup, like we have I'll talk actually about business stuff on, I think it's Sunday, so I'm just not sure this full schedule, but we are going to be doing a business one, and I'll talk more about office stuff and business setup. But the sitting, like some people are like, oh my god, like my bathroom, I'll actually talk about prosperity in your bathroom as well, but oh my prosperity, like, do I have to sit in my career area? Is that good? And I'm like, no, it doesn't matter. Like, once it's energized, it's going to matter, because look, actually, if I remember correctly, Lucy, your career area is like near your TV. Like, this stuff I remember from my clients. I have a feeling it's around your TV area. But yeah, so like it can be in a certain part, you know, like it doesn't matter if you don't sit in the money area, you don't sit in your career area, the wealth area. It's not that isn't going to determine how successful you are where you sit, basically. Now there is a process. I'll bring that. There is a process that we go through, and we do people's personal numbers and give them the personal numbers for their best colours for them to wear, best colours for your wallet, best colours for attracting more money, for them to, best colours for your branding. Yes, right by my TV. I knew it. So this is so fun. So with the where was that? Yeah, best colours, your wallet, best colours, and best directions. And there are power directions that we can specifically have based unique to us. And we do go into that. And that's when it does come into like locational and sitting it can be added to. So that's fun. So Joanna, is it just you put coins into a bowl and place them where you want prosperity? Is that it? So, so Joanna, the third video, so if you haven't watched the third video, you can just watch that. It'll give you a better understanding, because it's not like just any area. It's like the specific area, and you'll learn about things that should be there and shouldn't be there, and that'll be perfect. Teresa, how can an area be missing? So this goes down to the floor plan and the way the house is being designed. And then that's something that we look at much more deeper when we work with people. Did you have a reasonable amount of money written on the check? Like, I had 6 figures. And it landed in my bank account. So that's reasonable enough. Pretty reasonable. So I think that's us for our questions, and we're up at 30 minutes. There's something else. Oh yeah. So just before we go, there's one other thing that I don't know. I think I saw it on some question as well, but one of the questions was, or that I seen, I think someone commented, was that their prosperity area was the toilet. Don't worry if it's your toilet. And I do say, like, don't panic if it's your toilet. Put the toilet seat down. Keep the toilet seat down. Keep the toilet door closed. But this is a good one. We had a client share that her prosperity area was her toilet. And she did kind of have like, oh my God, I can't use my toilet. All the money's going down the toilet. So, for this perspective, what you could look at is be like, okay, well, what can I do with my toilet to make it pimp it up, to make it look more beautiful, to make it feel more abundant, more rich? So she went on a mission. So at the time she was unemployed, she was looking for a new job, and she was just like, what the hell? So she's like, okay, I'm going to do stuff in my house. So she did her bathroom, and she got fluffy new towels, like first class towels, this upgrade of feeling this sense of abundance. New towels, nice like bath mat, like posh soap, some nice flowers. And basically she kind of turned her bathroom into 5-star. Like, I'm going to make this 5-star area. And that's what she did. She pimped it up and made it feel like more rich. So if it's the actual shower, but you could just use the bathroom area, like pimp it up like that, just make it feel. So it's just like this sense of more luxurious, more prosperity, more prosperous, and upgrade it. So that is me. I was told to keep the windows closed at all times in our son's bedroom to keep the bad chi out. This is not possible to maintain, as fresh air would not get in. So Derla, I don't know who told you this. I have no opinions on that. Like, honestly, you're allowed to open the windows. For me, blocking and not having energy coming in, like, sounds crazy, to be honest. Nice, a 5-star bathroom, for sure. So yeah, like, you have to just also have a little sense of like, okay, does this make sense, like, in my life? And for me, closed windows doesn't. Are there scents that are more prosperous? Well, like, wild orange is a good color for abundance. Like orange, like, and a pomegranate is good. There's a lot of abundance in, like, there's multiple versions, like multiple little seeds. So they're good abundant ones, and so are oranges. Hi, Sharon. So that is me for today. Just a little few updates. So you did see the check to the universe has been posted in the group, and until tomorrow, till this time tomorrow, I'll give you a chance, because I did post a bit late today. You can print it out and pop it up onto the thread, and some will be a chance to win. So we're activating your prosperity area. So that's going to be super fun. So do that. And the next thing is, I'm going to be alone live tomorrow at an amplification session, post video 4. So video 4 is going to be out. Check your emails. Now, if you haven't watched those masterclasses yet, please do put that time aside to do it. Every single time that you connect with that, you're connecting with the energy of your home, and you're literally opening yourself up to the higher vibration of the earth, like of basically heavens, because that's what Feng Shui is bringing heaven to earth and allowing us to live our dreams awake, just like the name of my podcast. So first thing is the check to the universe. If you would like to be in with a chance to win a prize, go fill out your check. So Monica's filling it out as we speak. I love it. So that's the first thing. Second thing is tomorrow you will be able to join me for the amplification call, based on everything we talked about on the 4th video. So go watch the masterclass. And the next thing is you'll be seeing the header of the group announcing some extra sessions. So from tomorrow, there are going to be some extra bonus sessions. We're going to have an astrology call. We're going to have a behind the scenes calls. We're going to have some really, really amazing people on as well. And I cannot wait to share you with them. They're amazing. And yeah, they're so fun. Christine messaged me today and I am excited to talk to her. And we may be having a winter view as well, which is going to be super fun. Thank you, everyone. Have an amazing evening, day, wherever you are. And don't forget, keep your eye out for video 4 tomorrow and check out all the rest of them if you haven't caught up. They're available for the next few days, but we are going to have some more magic. And tomorrow, we're going to check the universe, get them all posted up so Jeanette can get it all organized. Thank you, everybody. Sending you lots of love. Bye.